Okay, welcome back to another fantastic day with cooking with MrDan. Today, we're going to try something I've never tried before. It's an inspiration from Connie, one of our Facebook group people. Anyway, she asked me to look up this, if I knew of a recipe, and I found them. I found like 2 or 3 of them, called date bars. Evidently, they date back to like 1963. Could have been before, but the only thing I could find was 1963. Then they dropped off in popularity, then they came back alive in 1974. Anyhow, I got the ingredients. We're going to try those today and see how they turn out. It's supposed to be a good, nutritious snack, even though it's got sugar and butter. But they say it's very nutritious. It's got a lot of fiber, a lot of minerals and vitamins and whatever. But it's fruit, and it's a date bar. Okay, so we're going to get to it without any further ado. Okay, the first thing I want you to see is what I did was I greased my 9x13 pan already. I greased it with Crisco. You can use butter, whatever shortening you might have. I just happen to have Crisco. Okay, so I want to show you, the mixing bowl is here, and I got my little single burner today. I'm going to try cooking everything or doing most of everything here on the counter. I got my saucepan in a minute. Okay, now these are for the wet ingredients. You're going to have dates, 1 pound or 3 cups of pitted chopped dates. That's how these already come. That's Walmart brand. They were $1.69, $1.70 for each package. Now the dates that come from wherever, the medjool dates or whatever you call them, they were like $6 or $7 per bag, but they were 12 ounces. But anyway, then you got 1.5 cups of water and 1/4 cup of sugar. That's for the wet ingredients. And for the dry, we have 1 cup of brown sugar. We have flour here, butter, and quick oats. There's your quick oats. And then these 2 cups, one's a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, the other one's a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. Soda, not powder. Now what I want to do is I'm going to do this backwards, like kind of. I'm going to mix my dry stuff first and get it ready, and maybe line the bottom of the pan first, and then I'll make my wet stuff, because I have to cook that for about 10 minutes or so till it gets all nice and gooey. And I'm going to try it and backwards, because it's not really backwards, but the recipe tells you to do the wet ingredients first, cook them, let it cool, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to try it the other way around, just because I think it's better, more convenient for me. All right, we'll get started. Okay, I have a theory about what I'm going to do here, so let me get a fork. I've had my butter out for hours, and it's like, it doesn't feel real soft. They're probably soft enough, though. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my brown sugar first and put that in the bowl. Okay. Push it out a little bit. Then I'm going to take the first stick of the butter and put it in. I'm going to do it like this, just to see how it blends together. And then we'll put in our 1 3/4 cups of flour and the 1.5 cups of the oats. So I'm just mashing this together. I'm going to try to blend it a little if I can. That's actually going pretty good, nice and soft. I don't know. You can also use, they say, margarine, but I like butter. I've been a butter guy ever since I can remember. I really never cared for margarine. My grandmother, we used to use Fleischmann's, I think it was called, or whatever. My ex-wife, she liked the crock or barrel, or crock pot, whatever you call it. She was a crack pot. Anyway, mix this all together, because it calls for 1 cup of butter, and that's 2 sticks, because 1 stick is a half, right? I'm not good at math, but I think that works. Okay, so and then we're going to put our other one in. I'll show you what this looks like when we're done, don't worry. And I'm hoping, like I said, I have not done this recipe, but I'm excited because I think it's going to taste good. And it's I'm actually going to try to also see if there's a more dietary friendly version of this, but this recipe I found it in like 2 places, maybe 3. I found 3 or 4 recipes, put it that way. But I was looking at different things, some blogs, and this one started I think in 1963, and that's the one that our Facebook buddy Connie asked about. So this is the one I found and I gave to her. It's one of the first ones. She seemed excited, but so I said, I'm like I told you guys, I'll make recipes. Anybody sends me one, I'll try it. So that's hence what I'm doing here. That looks like a nice blend, huh? You guys see that? Okay. So now I'm getting dangerous. I'm going to add the flour. And don't go stirring this too fast, or all that flour is going to puff up on you. Okay, just try to incorporate that. I'm still using a fork. I thought it was good. I got my spatula over here for when I get in trouble. Yeah, my aunt used to slap me with a wooden spoon. That was like the spatula of the day back then. Also the switch, the Twix, or whatever you call them, people used to, Penny always told me, oh, now go get your stick off the tree, and they used to hit her with it. I don't know, I find it funny. But anyway, you just keep mixing and mixing until it all blends together nicely. And then we'll put the oats in there. This is just the way I'm mixing it. I mean, it tells you just to combine everything. It doesn't give you a specific order, so. But I thought the butter and the sugar, you keep everything from sliding around. The sugar's kind of gritty. So anyway, what we're going to do is after we get all this mixed, we're going to take it and we're going to take half of this and put it in the baking pan. Okay. Then we're going to do our mix, the wet mix, and we'll cook that and then let it cool a little bit. And then we're going to put that on top. And then we're going to put the remaining half of these here dry ingredients on top of the cookie, the wet ingredients. Now this here, it says when it gets, if you have a flaky consistency, it'll be done. So let's see. So far it seems to be working the way I imagined it or envisioned it or whatever. But there's a lot of, you can put nuts in this, other things. Now the other interesting point was, Penny and I was like, have you ever eat a date? I said, well, no. I've been on a date, but I never ate one. But anyhow, that wasn't too funny. But it really, what the thing of it is that we were both trying to figure out what would a date taste. And she come up with the fig Newton or whatever. I said, maybe, I don't know. Never had one. I had plenty of fig Newtons. I love those. But anyway, we're going to just keep mixing and mixing. I'll be right back. Okay, while we were gone, I got an idea. What I'm going to try to do is, since we have this pretty much done, I figured I'd use my hand, but what I'm going to do is bring that, move this out of the way here. I'm going to bring that greased up cookie sheet over here. I'm going to put this mound in there. Just a thought. Okay? And I'm going to pick it up in its entirety and put it in here and try to get it to a pretty well even little chunk of whatever, chunk of dough maybe. That's what it feels like. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get it pretty much of a half. See how this works, eh? That way we'll reserve half for the other side, eh? Okay, so I'm saying right about there. We'll take and I'll put them side by side. Look at that. we'll put this one in there. I like it better. Okay, so now we're supposed to take this and spread it out the best you can in the bottom of the pan. So I don't know how this is going to turn out, but I'm just trying to get everything I can leveled out here. And that's what they tell you to do, kind of press it out, and level it out. So hopefully this will cover the pan. And I think we might just make it. I think they had this recipe down pat. Somebody did, because it's like, I think it might just make it. Right now I still got a couple holes to fill, but I'll show you what it looks like when we're done here. Excuse me, this reminds me of making the cauliflower pizza dough that I make. It feels kind of the same. But you know, you got to keep pushing it till you get it to like 1/4 of an inch thick or whatever. You know, it doesn't, not like real dough. But anyway, this here, I think we might make it if I can just got a little bit more to fill in the gaps here. That goes my oven. I was hoping I'd be done at the same time, you know, but I'm pretty close. I just keep pushing and pushing and pushing. I'm getting there, don't worry. We're almost there. Boy, this is actually a workout, huh? But I'm hoping it all comes out good and it'll be, if it tastes good, everybody likes it, then it'll all be worth it, right? That's the idea when you're cooking stuff, is to make sure that what you're cooking everybody likes. That's right, huh? You ever notice? I have anyway. I've been cooking for a long time, but I've noticed it a long time ago. But what's funny is how long it takes you to cook something, okay? And let's say it's nothing really extravagant, but let's say it takes 30, 40 minutes to cook, whatever, prep time included. Then you go to eating it, everybody's done in 5 minutes. It's like, hell, what the hell I do all that cooking for, you know? But I like it, I do. I enjoy trying different things. I like it when the kids used to tell me how much they liked it. I still like that. My daughter, Steph, and both. Emma come home from work like she did the other day. Did you notice that Mom ate a big corner of that thing that you made in the pan? Yeah. While she's stuffing her face with chicken that I made. Okay, so I'm not going to do no more on this, but I'm going to show you just how it looks here. Can you see that? That's in the bottom of the pan, okay? That's your first part of your dry ingredient thing, went together. Now, you put this on the side, and then get me a pan. I don't know which one to use. I'll just use this one. It doesn't matter. We'll just use this one, I think. All right. Then we're gonna okay. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, we're back. I got my little single burner here. What I'm going to do is add the sugar first. I got it turned on. I got it on medium low recommended, so I don't know how this is going to work. The reason we had these single burners when we were making cowboy candy one time, for those of you that never had that before, know what it is. It's jalapenos that's placed in a sugary, watery, like basic syrup substance. And you take the jalapenos and you cook those down a little bit. that sauce. And then there's a recipe that you do so many minutes of this, so many minutes of that, and then you put them in a canning jar. And then after that, you know, you put them on the stove and blah, blah, blah. Well, anyway, we did that one time. Next thing I know, the stove had got a big crack in it. Anyway, this is what the dates look like. They're chopped up. They're not hard. They're soft. They're almost like a raisin consistency. You can squish them. I'm going to eat one. Very good. Yeah, I'd say it tastes similar to a fig Newton or fig. So I'm going to dump these in there. And they're pretty sweet. But these are not these are grown in the United States. I think maybe Colorado. I can't remember the state it was in. They brought them from wherever they originate from. And it took a while, but they got them. They come from the date palm. That's the name of the tree is called a date palm. So, all right. So we got those in there. Now it's just going to be a matter of getting it to cook, and you have to stir constantly. So it takes about 10 minutes for it to all gel together, I guess. Because, you know, you mix sugar in there, you have the dates in there, but even though they're sweet and they have sugar, they're packed with various nutritional pluses for you. They say it's very nutritious to eat dates. Now, I'm not saying to eat them every day. Of course, I'm not a nutritionist or a dietitian or whatever. But I'm trying this recipe because, you know, me and Penny, we don't eat many sweets lately. I mean, I do. Not lately, but I have cookies. And so I eat my cookies at night. I have Oreos. I have the white Oreos, I have the chocolate Oreos, and I have Vienna fingers. But I only eat one of each with peanut butter. That's it. Penny was trying to tell me I ate more than that, but not really. Okay, so we're off to the cooking part. I don't know if you guys can see if I tilt it up. See the liquid is starting to get a little like tan colored. And I'm pretty sure that's from the dates, that the powder that was on them, plus the sugar, simple sugar that we're making, syrup. Oh, that's water and sugar. That's a simple syrup, right? So, anyway, we're supposed to try to cook this for about 10 minutes, and I guess you'll notice when it gets thick. And that's what they want. But it said cook it over low, medium low, so that's where I got it, I hope. You know, this thing goes up to 6. So I got it on a little medium, so I got just a little bit below the 3. Because it said medium low heat, so medium would be 3, that's half, right? That would be medium. I don't know. You know, I never really thought about that. But I can tell it's already starting to warm up a bit. But anyway, after we do this for basically 10 minutes, then we're going to let it cool for about 4 or 5 minutes, and then we're going to put it in the pan on top of that crunch wrap thing there. So. I double check. I look in the sink on the counter all the time, make sure I used all my ingredients. I was thinking to myself, but then I remembered I put the salt and pepper. The salt and the baking soda in. When I went to wash my hands, I said I'll be right back. Well, here, see, there's my cups right here. Got my plates out. All the containers are empty, so my bags are empty. Anyway, That's that. I'm going to keep going with this, so give me some time and I'll be back. Okay, I think it's been 10 minutes, maybe a little more, but this is the consistency that you want. Let me turn this around the other way. But see how it's kind of thickery? See? You don't want it too, you don't want it real wet, but you don't want to get this thing so solid you can't dump it out of the pan. So, I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to set it over there by the cooking sheet, and we'll be back. Okay, date fans. Here we go. Look at that. It still has a little heat to it, but I thought it was a little cooler than that, but I don't think it really matters. Because see how nice and thickened up it got? Just cooling off a little bit. Okay. So we're just going to smooth this out a little, try to get it looking nice, huh? Now my question is, how am I going to smooth that other part of that dough on top of here without pulling all this stuff with it? I don't know, I guess we'll figure that out when we get to it, huh? Which will be Ricky Tick. Used to say that in the Army all the time. I'll be with you, Ricky Tick. Now this here looks actually, so far looks nice, edible, stuff like that there. It smells nice. I took a little taste if you remember. And I'm not going to say it tastes exactly like fig Newton, but I keep saying fig Newton, but I mean like a fig. Oh well, whatever. Okay, so I got this pretty well smoothed out. I'm no blacktop engineer, but this looks good. I don't want to drive a car on it, but okay. All right, that's going to hold up. Now, as for this part of it, so my theory, I'm going to try this first, because it's so, if I try to smear this on there, that's not going to be too good. So my theory is I'm just going to take this, I'm going to put a piece like this, and just crumble it in there, like see what it looks like, huh? Besides, it'll have like a nice, what do you call it, rustic texture maybe. I don't know if I can cover it all, but it'd be nice. And then maybe a little bit of heat that might be in here might soften this stuff up enough to where you could actually spread it out. But I think we're doing okay so far. I don't know if you can actually see what I'm doing, but I'm trying my best. Never done this before, so. I never was into baking. You know, a good baker was my Aunt Pat. Rest in peace, the good old girl. She made a lot of nice cakes. My grandma B, she was another one. She could bake a carrot cake like nobody's business. Aunt Pat was known for her pies. Geraldine didn't bake that much. But yeah, I made my fair share of cookies, oatmeal cookies, chocolate chip cookies, special chocolate chip cookies, brownies. I've made a whole bunch of different things here and there over the years. But yeah. Okay, so now my theory is I'm not going to just leave this like this. What guy would do that? You never know. But I'm going to try to get some more of this crumpled up. But it said to, so kind of level it out and whatever on top here, but I just couldn't see how to do that without messing up the the date mixture, you know what I mean? I mean, this is my first date. Oh boy. That'd be a good trivia question. Who can remember their very first date? Yeah, most girls could, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. That might be a bad thing to say, but, you know. The first kiss I ever got, that was by my mother when I was a little baby. Everybody remembers those kisses, huh? Yeah. Yep. Can't get in no trouble with that, can you? Uh-huh. Yeah. It's a safe bet. Even if you don't remember it, that should be your answer. Well, your wife can't get mad at you because you turn around and say, hey, who was the first one to kiss you? The things that mommies did just to make the kids happy, huh? This here is not too bad what I'm doing. I'm just, I still don't get it. How to, you know, they say, oh, look, I don't know. Maybe I don't have to do all this. I don't know. But I'm just trying to do what the recipe called for. It said try to cover the top. And this to me was the easiest way to do this without messing up the figgy part. No, not the figgy part, the date part. Who did that figgy thing? That was Bing Crosby, right? Figgy pudding or something like that. But anyway, we're not figging around here. We're all about the date. We're all about that date. No trouble. Oh, long song. But anyway, I think we're going to stop here. I'm going to just leave it. I think this is good. But don't pat this with your fingers, whatever. Holy moly. Back and get that fork. That stuff sticks to your fingers like nobody's business. Because it does say to pat it lightly. So we're going to pat it lightly with a fork now. And then, my friends, you and I won't see this anymore for about 30 minutes. We're going to pop it in the oven. And everybody's going to be happy. I'm going to show you what this looks like. See if you agree, maybe. You guys got a better suggestion. But I think this looks good. Looks appetizing. I would eat it. Well, I'm going to eat it because I got no choice. I made it. That's the deal. You know, every chef has to eat what he cooks. Make sure it tastes good before he gives it to the generalized public, unless you don't like them. So, so what we're going to do here, stop Daniel, okay. All right, let's go put this in here. Now I'm going to get my camera. I'm going to show you guys just what you helped me do. Ta-da! Doesn't that look good? I think it looks pretty dang good. So now we're going to pop it in the oven, and we'll see you guys in about 30 minutes. Oh, my dear cooking buddies, take a look at that. Take a good gander. Can you see that? Wow. It is beautiful. It smells absolutely heavenly. I don't think I've ever talked like that. But anyway, it does smell and look good. Let it cool, and then we'll meet you at the taste test table, okay? Well, I am going to have to cut it up. Okay. I'm here at the taste test table with my little buddy Elmo, and as you can see, he's on his first date. I'm so excited. All right, enough of that shit. Okay, so what we have here is the date bars are still a little warm. So, but I wanted to get this tasted and everything. So, and you can probably see from there how nice and crunchy the topping is, and it's nice golden brown. I'm using a fork, but I'm hoping it gets a little firmer. You can just pick it up. So the first test. Remember, I've never had one of these, never made one. This will be thanks to Connie. Holy moly. Wow. This is something else. It's definitely over the top. One more taste. I'll probably eat the whole pan. Anyway, It's definitely over the top delicious. You guys don't know what you're going to miss if you don't try this. This will put you in another world. It'll calm all your worst nerves. But at any rate, like Elmo always says, cover your mouth and your nose when you're out and about. Don't talk with your mouth full. Wash your hands. And like I said, if you like this and you want to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel and give me a notification bell and share it with your friends. So for right now, this is MrDan enjoying my date night bar. Very much so. But all right, so we're out. See you next time. Stay hungry, my friends. And don't forget to have that with your morning coffee. It's going to be delicious.